I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is the
Family Showdown! I love the chill music and then right in the middle of it. That was great.
We're off center. Why don't you introduce it and I'll fix it?
Oh, no, it's not that off center. Everyone just lean a little.
Why don't you introduce it,
Why,
sweetie?
hello. Welcome to Tuesday Shenanigans. Today, we are going to talk about revisiting our top 10 list of 2021 games. And I hope you have your lists ready. I see some people in the chat already have their lists ready. And holy good goodness, this was actually a hard list for me. This was a good year of board games.
Yeah,
Really good year.
I took your lead on the Pub Meeple thing.
You
So
should.
I took all the games from 2021 that we played, put it in Pub Meeple. We played 49 games.
That's a lot of games, especially since we were still semi-isolated.
Semi-COVID-y. Not very convention-y yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And what's even more interesting is 39 of them I rate a 7 or higher.
That's
out
insanely
of the
good.
49 we played.
That's insanely good.
But I'm very picky about what I play. So.
You are picky. I, however, am not.
How is everyone doing?
I hope you're all ready for some top 10 goody goodness.
Were you surprised by how much your list changed? Did you even look at your previous list?
I pseudo-glanced at it just to make sure I didn't miss any games.
Okay.
I suspect it changed fairly significantly because we played a lot of really awesome games after we got our list made and everything. And
I suspect yours changed more than mine.
possibly.
Because there's only 5 big name games, what I consider big name games, that we played since we made our list last. So my list doesn't
that's half a
change
list.
a lot, but it did change quite a bit. More than I
Okay.
expected it would. All right. So let's
do this. Oh, and by the way, chat peeps, awesome chat peeps, throw your I just did games, but I think somebody was mentioning about expansions and stuff. Throw everything in the chat. And,
Oh, yeah,
and if you
definitely.
don't have the chat on, you should check our chat out. Because
so
awesome people.
on just on the expansion note, we've kind of on the outsies with expansions. It really has
Don't
to
mess
be
with a good thing.
it really has
Don't
to
mess
be
with-
like an amazing expansion before we even
Yeah, they have to hype it a lot. So
we're
actually,
also finding that we're going back and playing base game more without expansions.
back to basics.
All right. let's kick her off. Let's do
Woot
this.
woot.
Let's do this. Oh, where's our Bim Bam Bum or Bim Bum Bam?
Oh, where'd you put that? Yeah, we gotta. How do you sort games on BGG by year? You have to do the advanced search. And if you go into the advanced search, you'll see a whole bunch of different options for that. And you can do it by year and by your collection and by played games and all sorts of stuff. You can do play time and it's insane. It's
So
awesome.
yeah, to do the list, we go in 2020, put 2021 as the year.
Mm-hmm.
We put, for me, I put rated because I rate every game I play.
Mm-hmm.
Rated and exclude expansions because we don't include expansions on these
On the
lists.
list, but
And search.
Mhm.
And then there you got it. There's a couple of games, but that's kind of the get you most of the way there. There is some games that have the wrong year.
yeah, that's something that actually we discussed this afternoon briefly.
Yeah, there's 2 games actually that were on our list last time. Furnace and
I caught it.
and what was the other one?
Anno 1800, I think.
Anno 1800 that are listed as 2020, but they didn't come out until
Yep.
2021. All right.
Any games you replayed that went up.
Well, we'll have to
You
find
will
out.
see.
have to find
no
out.
spoilers, Tommy, and don't try to give me crap.
Who wears curious hats?
That is so you. I mean, I'll wear them, but you.
I do
You
have
wear
a
them.
collection
You make it an art.
of curious hats.
You-
Are we slightly tilted?
No,
I don't know.
get your eyes checked.
We're going to do it in the normal order, which means I go first. So I don't have to deal with pushing the wrong buttons. Let's get her started, as they say. Get her done.
Number 10.
All right. My number 10. My number 10.
What's your number 10?
My number 10.
What's your number 10?
My number 10 was on my list at number 6 last time. So it dropped C's because we haven't played it.
What?
I think we've only played this
What?
game once.
What?
That's getting a little bit of a drop C's, even though I
Ask
love
your
it.
question in a second, Nathan.
and that is
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Dominant Species Marine. This is the hard one to get to the table. This is a 3-hour game.
Plus, it's also crazy aggressive, which I'm kind of
Crazy aggressive area control, but I love it. I love it. In fact,
because he loves
its
it. I
big
like it.
brother, Dominant Species, is one of the games I'm playing at the World Series.
That's right.
Poker. I keep saying poker because it's going on right now.
World Series of Poker.
I'm watching the World Series of Poker right now because it's going on. World Series of Board Gaming. I'm playing Dominant
I wish
Species.
you had like random, what is it, $2 million or whatever to jump into World Series of Poker. That'd be great, man. Can you imagine?
Dominant Species Marine. So this is very much like Dominant Species. You played it. It's kind of a classic at this point. It's a heavy. I would call it a Euro game because it has Euro trappings. It has worker placement and things like that. But it is attacky, aggressive, area control. So maybe it's a hybrid-ish, but it's really more on the attacky side than the Euro-y side.
Yep, it is a good game.
This one, they're obviously marine creatures instead of regular creatures.
You don't say, what?
And then Dominant Species, you pick one of 6 species to play. In this game, everyone kind of builds their species, which I like quite a bit. They've kind of streamlined some things. They made it isn't any quicker really to play, but it's kind of easier to teach, easier to play. And I do like the fact that you kind of build a bear, your little sea creature that you're playing.
Does it have a little squeaky heart in the middle?
Little build a bear. So basically you get some cards and you get some traits and you build your sea creature. Whereas, like I said in the previous game, you're a spider and an arachnid, and that's what your skills are. You don't have a choice. So that is cool. I like that about it. So I actually like Dominant Species Marine slightly more than the original Dominant Species.
Actually, I do too. It is quite good.
That's it.
That's good.
That's my number 10.
Good pick. Good pick. My number 10, I believe, has gone up because I think it was just off my list before. Well, we played it again, I think, between now and then, or we had I swear we played it again. But anyway, my number 10 is Tabannusi. Didn't we play it again? We did play it. I was like, because why did it jump? Because it's really good. And
it didn't jump. It actually stayed at the same exact spot.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was your 10 last time.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was my 11 or 12. That's so weird.
10
okay.
Last time.
Very cool. Well, it's still a solid 10. And so out of all the T games, this one, this is probably my favorite or second favorite.
Really?
This is, yeah, it's interesting.
Is it maybe my least favorite other than Vulcan?
Really? Your least favorite? I am shocked. So this one...
No, Taiwan Shinsu is probably my least favorite.
Really?
So it's number
like
3. It's my number 3.
I'm not very good at it, but I like that one. So this one you have like regions, and for each pip of the dice, basically. And then you roll to go somewhere, but you also like play it forward. So you have a dice that you're going to pick, and whatever number you have on that, that's going to be where you go next. So you're like planning your turns, pseudo-planning them, because sometimes you kind of get roped into going somewhere, obviously, because dice. But it's one of those, again, where there's not really bad options. There's a lot of great stuff, but you have to kind of think far in advance about what you want to get done, because a lot of things, they're little like project kind of things. You take quite a bit of work to get everything accomplished. Don't let her out. So it is really fun. I like that. And that even though it's dice and they can be kind of poopy sometimes, you know how dice are, but you can still plan because you have a turn to kind of compensate for, oh, I'm going to be going over there. Or if you know that's something you really, really want, you start to plan. Always have your plan. These deeper games, it's always like, always have your plan A, but then your plan B, and it's a dice game, so probably have a plan C. Maybe that's just how I play, but I really enjoyed that. I like the depth with it. Depth and complexity. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a cool one. I mean, it seems to be several of the T series of games, like,
there's a lot to it. Like
there's like regions. So like Zolkin, Teotihuacan has different regions you go to do things. This one has regions. Takenu has regions. It seems like they take and divide the game up into like parts, and you do go to different places to do different things, and the mechanism of how you move between the places and how they interact is where the game's built, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's all right.
Before we move on, I was going to answer Nathan's question. Yes, I'm out for the summer, technically, but we just moved to our new high school that got built because we were like a lot of people in a small space. So I'll probably have to go in a lot over the summer. We shall see. I'm procrastinating on that right now.
All right.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Number 9.
Number 9. What is my number 9?
What is your number 9?
My number 9 has dropped. It was my number 3. And I blame it squarely. I didn't see him in the chat, but I blame it squarely on Paul.
I know what this is.
Because I consider myself a fairly good gamer. And then I played.
Then you played Paul, and Paul.
Then I played Paul and Ankh.
Smacked you.
And he
nuked you.
Took me behind the pyramid and beat me up.
And it was funny.
And I had to merge with Tommy. Ew, it was just a bad experience all around. No, this game's really good. I prefer it, but I do prefer it best at 2 players.
Shockingly, I really did not think that we'd ever see a game like that.
I don't know if I like it as much with more players.
Yeah, if out of all of that series of games, this is my favorite at 2 players by far. The feeling is mutual.
I just think it works better, and it's not even the merging. The merging's fine. Who cares? Mm-hmm. It just works better. The turns are quicker. It's snappier. It's more of a, head-to-head fight, and it seems like the more players, it gets really chaotic with all the people moving around. It's really kind of hard to have control of what's going on because there's so much. Every turn drastically changes the landscape of the board. Whereas with 2 players, it's a little more. It's not as chaotic, and the games play quicker. I don't know. I think it's better 2 players, and maybe that's why it dropped. I just think it's a weaker game at the higher player count.
How dare!
At the higher player
I
count.
thought it was fun.
It's alright. It's alright. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is Juicy Fruits.
Oh, it plummeted.
It didn't plummet. It's that there were some really amazing games.
I knew you had a lot. There's a lot of.
This was a difficult list to make.
See, I had 5 what I call big name games. Rebecca probably had 10 or 15.
Oh, easy.
Games
my short list is 32 games.
Yeah, it's just she had so many more that could make her list. So
hard. So Juicy Fruits, I love this. This is another one of those where you have just a box lid basically full of all these fun, chunky little woody bits of all the little bright colored fruits and stuff. And you've got a cool little slider board. You probably saw us talk about that before. And the more times you slide your little pieces over, the more pieces of fruit you get. And then you get to fulfill the little orders, which helps you broaden your board, plus get victory points and stuff. And as you do that, you get to move more and get more, and you're kind of building up this engine to get those lovely little fruits and their fruity orders. And it's just so much fun to manipulate that and play with the board and play with the pieces. And I really like this. In fact, if this is another one of those games that if they came out with some kind of expansion, I'd be like,
yeah,
I like it just like it is. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, this was this one moved up for me. It was down kind of middle of the pack, and it moved to up a little bit. Not like way up, but
you enjoy it. Yeah,
I'm enjoying it more. I'm seeing. I mean, it's there's more game there than you think. At first glance, it seems like, oh, this is a light little nothing game, but there's actually some game there.
There's actually a lot of it's fun. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. So
it was your number 5. It plummeted down to 9.
It did not plummet. Oh my god! Yes, I hate this game.
Number 8.
All right, number 8. My number 8 was just mentioned just a short while ago.
Juicy Fruits?
No. It dropped. It plummeted from 7 down to 8.
Wow. That's insane. Like a rock.
And that's Tabannusi.
Why do you hate this game now?
I hate it. It just dropped from 7 to 8. Even though 3, anyway, 7 to 8. So yeah, the Tabannusi, it's like I said, it's middle of the pack for the T games, but I love all the T games with one exception. I'm not a super big fan of Zolkin. That game just beats me down for some reason. Don't ask me. I just hate playing a 2-hour game and getting 3 points. I don't know. It just doesn't work.
There's
for
some
me.
things you just don't admit online.
Like when I played Ark Nova and got a negative score. Anyway, Tabannusi. This is like she said, it's regions, but it's got a cool mechanism where you take a die from the region you're in, and it has a number on it, and that becomes a resource. The number doesn't matter anymore; it's a resource. It's like whatever color the die is. But if I take a 3, then next turn I'm going to the 3rd region. So there's 6 different regions. So you can manipulate the dice to kind of go where you want, or you maybe, like you said, you may just start going somewhere and you just do the best you can. It's got some area control. It's got some site collection. It's got all kinds of resource management. It's got, it's just a big, heavy Euro game. Again, it's middle of the pack for the T's, but I love all of them. Like I said, with one, even Zolkin, I give it like a 7. I think it's not like I hate it.
But you talk like you hate it.
It just beats me down. I don't know why, but
it's
a good one. If you do like Tekkenu, it reminds me a lot of Tekkenu. It reminds me a lot of Teotihuacan. If you like those two games, you're probably going to like this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's gives the same kind of feels as those other two games do.
It's true. It's true.
Tabannusi.
My number 8 has Latin in the title. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses?
Has Latin in the title?
Yeah.
Is Latin something? No, it's not. There's no Latin games.
Yes, there is. Latin in the title.
What?
They stump you guys too?
Latin in the title?
Yeah, there's Latin in the title.
Oh, a Latin word in the title.
Yes, dingus. What'd you think?
I thought it meant you had the word Latin in the title. It's cubitos. Is that Latin?
Anno 1800.
Oh, Anno's Latin?
In the year 1800.
Anno's Latin? Isn't that Greek? I think it's Greek.
Excuse me, guys.
Or is it the old Germanic? I think it might be the old Germanic.
Oh my gosh, my students. Oh my gosh. Where are they? They would love to hear you give them lectures on that. Okay, so Anno 1800 means in the year 1800. The more you know. There's your little rainbow for the day. Okay, so in the year 1800.
In the year 1800.
I was thinking that too. In the year 1800. So when you do that in this game, you have all these. It kind of reminds me. I get the same vibe as Mercator, another Latin word, where you have a bunch of.
Is that market?
Merchant. You're close. So you have a bunch of random little tradey bits, and you want to like upgrade them and build this little engine, so you're getting more stuff, and you can use. And you kind of have a 7 Wonders thing where I can borrow some of your stuff. I give you some things and I can use your things and build on that and kind of Lego up a bunch of more things and stuff to trade and get victory points. And oh, it's so good. It's like a heavier version of Mercator. Or is it really heavier? Or just maybe
it's
more?
heavier than Mercator.
Yeah, it's heavier.
Because you have the
it's
going
heavier.
out to the islands and you have the workers.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on
There's
with
a lot more workers.
It's so good. It's so good. It's just, I don't know. I'm very inarticulate tonight, so I apologize. But it's just, it's so much fun to be like, okay, for this particular order or whatever, I'm going to have to get like soap and a sewing machine of all things and something else. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I need pig fat and something else. And then I need to do all this and upgrade this to get a sewing machine. Oh, but he's already got soap. So if I borrow this, and you kind of do your little engine thing. And it's one of those where you almost get the feeling like you're just sitting there by yourself doing your own thing, but you're still doing quite a bit of interacting because you want to see what everyone else is building and keep an eye on where they're at and also be able to interact with them for trading purposes and stuff. Because there's a lot of, it's really beneficial to not overlap necessarily what you're developing so that you can trade. It speeds up your engine possibly if you do it right. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The more we play
less than you did before. It dropped 1 place.
Again, we've had this discussion.
Oh, I know. It dropped 2 spaces.
Oh my gosh. We've played more games since then. I cannot believe it.
Dropped all the way from 6 to 8.
Making me lose my headband. I'm getting so crazy.
Oh.
Okay. We have played more games.
Oh, have we?
It's a fantastic game.
It's
play it. The more I play it, the more I like it.
It's okay.
The more I play it, the more I like it.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Number 7.
Number 7. My number 7, I like it so much more than her.
Anno?
It's Anno 1800.
You are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, fine.
So you didn't even mention my favorite part about this.
No,
game.
I did. I told you I was very inarticulate.
So my favorite part about this game is you start out with workers, right? There's different kinds of workers. There's laborers, there's merchants, there's nobles. I don't know what they're called. Red, green, purple, and blue workers. So you start out with a limited number of those workers, but you can get additional workers, but you have to take a contract. Every time you take a new worker, you take a contract. And what's cool, well, that's fine. You get contracts, you get points and stuff. But the way the game ends is when you run out of fulfill all your contracts. So you take more workers, you're adding to that stack of contracts you have to fulfill. So it's a balancing act. And there's a big bonus if you're the first one to fulfill all your contracts. You get a big bonus at the end if you're the one to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, how efficient can I be with the least amount of workers? Like, oh, I need more red workers, but I don't want to get no more contracts. So it's like, do I get another contract? Rebecca's only got 3 left. Do I really want to take on another contract late in the game? It's really cool how that works.
I really thought I was gonna hate that because as soon as you're like, wait, what? How do you ever get on ahead of that? How do you accomplish that? And I thought it would make the game drag. Amazingly, it does not. Yeah. I really expected that to be.
Because like you take on all these contracts, and at the end you're just like fulfill. You're just cranking them all out.
But at first it's like, wait a minute, I have to take another one of these, and you're just like, how? I mean, it seems like you have this stack of them.
Yeah.
And it really does.
You do have a stack.
I mean, if you just randomly, I mean, if you don't kind of plan a little bit, you could let it run away. But obviously, I'm hoping you're paying attention to finding some trends and patterns and keeping your engine as tight as you can, so that you can fulfill multiple cards. I mean, that would be the goal. High efficiency, but it's so much fun, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's very much a dry Euro though. Super dry Euro.
Yep.
All right, what's your number 7?
My number 7.
Why did you look at me and laugh?
It kind of sounds like a Latin root. I'm looking at all these like derivatives and stuff, and I'm like, I just want to make you crazy. It's Floriferous, as in flower bearing.
This one dropped. This is number 4, man. These are just plummeting. Oh my gosh. I'm curious what's taking the place. You got 2 or 3 new games up at the top somewhere.
I do. Okay, so Floriferous. You guys know I like nature games and pretty games, and it's both. And then it's a fun little. And I say
flowers really nature. It's really animals, right?
Do we want to discuss this whole flora and fauna thing right now?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that. I always get those backwards.
Do you really? Flora sounds like flowers.
But fauna sounds like plants to me, for some reason.
I get that. I can get that.
Fauna sounds like plants.
But then you hear flora, and then you got to be like, oh, flower.
True, but if I just hear fauna by itself.
Think fawn, a baby deer. Am I crazy here? All right, so thumbs up the video if Hunter's wrong.
Oh, geez. We're going to get the most thumbs up ever. Oh, my gosh. New record. 150 thumbs up.
See? I know how to please the crowds. No, I get that, because I used to, when I was a kid, think the same thing. Like
I just hear fauna. I think plants.
Before I learned all the
like when we got the game Fauna, I thought it was going to be about plants, and it's going to animals on the
cover. Like, wait a second. Yeah. No, I got you. But it's neat, and it's more game than it appears to be. It's one of those that it looks like a super light fluffy, but it actually got some strategy and stuff as you're going each round. You have to select certain things you're trying to do, some set collection and stuff to maximize the amount of victory points you can get. And it's fun because there's a lot of interplay between the power of who gets to go first each turn, because there's very limited amounts of resources, and they only show up at certain times, like only a certain number of times in the game. So like if you're trying to get a bee or something, it's really hard to get those. You might only see them like twice in the game or something. And if you're trying to snipe that before somebody else, it's really important that you get the first turn in the next round. But that might mean you have to pick something you really don't want. I mean, there's a lot of heavy choice with that, because of course what you pick where is going to determine your order for the next round. And I love it. And there's a lot of great things going on with that, and everybody's duking it out for all of these things, because sometimes the winning conditions are really tight and not a lot of stuff shows up for them, and so then it's a matter of there's going to be a huge swing in the scores because somebody's not going to get all of it, or like how's it going to work out? I love it. It's a lot of fun, and it's just absolutely pretty. to look at.
Super light.
It
quick to
is.
play,
It's not super heavy or
easy to
anything.
teach.
Yeah, but there's a lot of game to it.
It's like what's the other game?
Splendor.
Herbaceous.
Herbaceous. Oh yeah,
It's
got
like
the same
that.
kind
Just
of
a
beautiful
hair more going on. Just a hair.
Yep.
More going on. That's a good one.
There's 9 likes already.
Who said this?
No, I'm looking at the thing. There's 9 likes on the
geez.
video. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing.
Oh my gosh. Let's move on.
Number 6.
Number 6. Let's move on. The first new game. All the other ones have been on my list previously. This one's a new one. And it's a good one. I want to play this again. Like, this is like I want to play, top 10 want to play right now games.
Ooh, okay.
Ish.
I like it. I like it.
And that is
Drum roll.
Boonlake.
I feel like I want to play it again just to remember it.
I remember it. It's one of those games where we got about halfway through and we're like, oh,
Okay.
that's how this
Yeah,
that's how you do this. It
clicked.
seemed like at first we couldn't get anything accomplished, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Nice.
The light bulb went off, and like we probably should have played it like again immediately, but we moved on to other things. We'll get this one played. Hopefully, maybe we'll play it at Dice Tower Con. That might be a good place to play.
That would be fun. That'd be fun.
Boonlake. Anyway, Boonlake is
Boonlake
kind of an action selection system. It has basically have these little like action cards tiles, and they're stacked on top of each other in a little display. And you're going to pick one of those out of the display, and you get to do the actions of that thing. But depending on how high it is on the list, you get more movement. I think I seem to recall it's movement that you get. But so if you pick the first one, you get like a lot of movement or a lot of whatever. I'm pretty sure it's movement. But if you pick one way down the list, you may not get as much. And if you go pick one way at the bottom, you actually have to pay a penalty to take it. And when you take the tile, you get to do an action, and then there's a shared action that everyone gets to take. So it's kind of follow the leader. So everyone is interested in what's going on other people's turns because they're going to get like a little sub action they can do. Then that tile's taken and moved all the way to the bottom. All the other ones are scooted up, and now that one is not as good to take. So over time, the ones that maybe aren't as good to take gets more valuable to take just for the movement points that you get.
Yep.
And meanwhile, you're building out this board. There's some area control going on. You're building little places on the board and moving around and traveling it down a little river. All sorts of frontier type stuff. Yeah, I want to get those played again because that action selection thing is really interesting to me.
I forgot about that.
And the follow the leader is really cool. I really like games that have that
too,
sub
right?
action that you take. Like some of my favorite games, like TI4 has that, and other games have. Someone takes an action, they get a cool power, and then everyone else gets like a lesser thing to do. But this one's actually different. The
kiddos doing the numbers, and the oldest is starting to sound a lot like me and Nessa.
Yeah, that was just a couple of years ago. They still both have really squeaky voices.
A little bit.
Not anymore.
No, they're getting big.
The oldest is not squeaky at all. The youngest is still kind of squeaky.
A little bit when she's being squirrely. But yes, and Nathan says Floriferous was at number 6 for him, and he's ashamed of how low I ranked it.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. Down 7, 8? What is it?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay.
What's your number 6?
Okay. Floriferous. No, just kidding.
I had to move it up. I was forced by public opinion.
That's right. No, I'm not swayed. So Gutenberg.
This low. Oh, I thought this would be like way up your list.
Again,
you were geeking out over this game.
I was geeking out of this, and I think if we play again, I'm saying with more plays, it's going to go up because that game is so good.
Pause for a second. I think we're dropping some frames. We're back though. Ish.
That was quick.
Sorry if we're buffering a little bit.
Hey, but thankfully it's not our fault. We know for sure now. 110%. It's Suddenlink.
Yeah, it's Suddenlink.
So it's the thing. It's a thing. So anyway,
you talk about Gutenberg.
Don't let the dog out.
I'm not letting the dog out.
Oh, okay. Gutenberg is so good. We talked about it very recently. It is just the pieces of production for it is so much fun. They got little wooden pieces with the typeset, and they're 3D, so you can see
No,
the
no,
little
no.
squares, and then it's got
Lady's
the
getting
little
a no, no,
raised
no.
letters. You know, everyone, your mic's on, right?
I know. No, no, no.
Why are
Lady got a no, no, no. What? Gutenberg.
I'm trying to explain a game here. You can turn your mic off. You
That wouldn't be fun.
Oh my goodness. That's our house.
The dog.
Like you get to come in and join the chaos with us every week.
Where were we? Gutenberg. Yes.
But then, to continue with the production phase, but it's neat because I really like the functionality of the board. It's really cool, but it also is set up so that as the round, once you learn how the game goes, the board kind of leads you the rest of the way. So as the round fires off, you go from the top to the bottom of the board. You're like, okay, we're going to pick jobs. We're going to pick our ink. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. You go down and do everything in succession. You get to wheel and deal and mix your stuff and set up your type and fulfill your jobs and this and that and build up your little engine. It's so much fun. It's got kind of like a bag builder sort of thing, bag builder. Just the bag for the ink. So you're randomly drawing out different colors and types of ink. So that comes out differently each time. And then you've got the different jobs that you're trying to fulfill. And all of the typeset letters are just vowels. And I don't know. It's a really smooth game. It doesn't take super long to play. It's kind of in that sweet spot as far as the time goes. It plays excellently 2-player. Wow. Great game. And the more I play it, the more I'm going to
I'm
bring
shocked
it up
it's so slow. All right, we're going to pause for a second. I'm going to reset. We'll be right back.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It never fails. It never fails.
No, that's not any better.
It never fails. Every time we freeze the screen, I'm like,
that's not any better. All right. Everybody hold their breath. Everybody hold their breath. Hold their breath.
Oh, internet, send your letters to Suddenlink.
No, it's not. It's not. All right, we're gonna power through.
Power through.
I don't know what's going on with the internet.
I told you.
Suddenlink.
Bottlenecking. How is that legal?
What?
I don't know.
What?
Ask Suddenlink.
All right,
What
folks.
up?
We're just gonna power through for better or worse. What number did you just do?
I just did 6 Gutenberg.
Number 5.
Okay, so we're gonna talk really fast now for the rest of the thing, right? You don't even have to go
No, we
into
have
2
to
times
kind
speed.
of better to talk slow with the drop frames, right?
Maybe.
All right, let's move on. My number 5. I love it so much more than her. Gutenberg.
What is happening?
I honestly thought this was gonna be your number 1. I was 100% sure. You were like, I love this game. This game's great. This is so awesome. Look at the cute little bits. I love this game. I love this game. And it's number 6? What?
For the whole year. The whole year.
You reacted more positively about this game than any other game we've played.
That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie.
Gutenberg's awesome though. Love Gutenberg. It was just a whole, I think 10 times when I played this game.
Very smooth game.
So smooth. It's like it just
butter.
flows. Once you learn how to play the game,
Maybe not like butter.
so
Does butter
smooth.
flow?
It just like everything just fires off.
Like
everything
honey.
makes sense. It's straightforward. It's easy to teach. You even had, I don't know if you mentioned it because I was busy dealing with the internet, but you have superpowers. You can play with superpowers that are crazy, like Marco. If you ever played Marco Polo, they're like
Yeah, the
crazy,
ones that
game-breaking,
feel like they're gonna
massively
break.
powerful powers
So good.
that are really cool. Yeah, I really liked it for a midweight game. This is one of my faves for midweight. It's just so good, so good, so good. And we played almost two different ways. And
We did.
And I was able to win. She played one way, I played another way. We were pretty.
Actually, we were really close. Weren't we within like a point or two of each other again? It was one of those really close games.
I don't remember,
think.
but yeah, we were.
Or within one job.
I went
worth
for
or
like the
something.
achievements, and she went for fulfilling contracts.
Which is funny because usually, no, you've been kind of achievement heavy lately, but You love contracts.
So yeah,
Surprised
we really enjoyed it. It was great. It's got a nice little. I don't know if she mentioned it. Like I said, didn't hear what she talked about. It has a little gear mechanism. Did you talk about the
I did not talk about the gears even, and the gears are another part that are really fun to do.
So you have like
I talked about them last week.
You draft these by purchase or however you want to put it, gears, and you have three. You can build up 3 little gears, and you rotate them, and they rotate different directions, obviously, because gears do that. They rotate. You rotate the gears, and then whatever whatever active that turn is, gives you like a special ability that you can use one time during the round. So you just say, I'm going to use this superpower thing during the round, and you put a cube on it and say, I used it.
Yep.
And how you align the gears and which gears you purchase is important, because when you rotate it, they're going to rotate different directions, and you kind of like want to line up the ones you want to line up. You want to line them up in a way that's going to benefit you. And one side of the gear is going to be blank, so if you do it wrong, you end up with all your blanks hitting at the same time.
That would stink. So, we lucked out then, because
I don't know if all of them have blanks, but anyway, that's a cool mechanism.
Super good ones.
It's contract fulfillment, kind of resource management, superpowers. You're building up skills. You're going up tracks, basically building up skills. It's just really a solid game. It is really solid. It's one of my favorite midweight Euro games. What I consider midweight Euro games.
It's greatness. I saw a question in the chat I wanted to answer. You guys were talking about Stella, the Dixit universe, and it's a fantastic game. And yes, you could use your other Dixit cards with it.
100%.
Absolutely, they're the same size and the works. And
it doesn't matter if they're the same size. You could put any cards.
No, that's true. That's true. But you could use all those Dixit cards in there.
But I think some of them indirectly apply to the cards, maybe. So if you use rando cards, they may not apply.
Well, but it's all interpretation, right? That's part of the point.
100%.
So I think they would work great with it.
Yeah, you can definitely use.
I think that'd bring the replayability up through the roof, honestly.
I mean, they had a lot of cards, but yeah, you'll get used to seeing them. Because even when we played it twice, we saw some of the same cards again. We shuffled up and saw a lot of the same cards.
Like Joker says, now the backs are different, so obviously you would want it. But I mean, I don't know that matters. The way that game plays, I don't think it would matter.
Because you're picking cards on a grid, and
it's not like you'd be flipping.
You could use Mysterium cards. You could use anything that has
Mysterium would be good.
I don't know what other cards have pictures.
Canvas.
You could play your canvas. Keep all your pictures. Then put your canvases on there as your cards.
That sounds like a really cool like when you like make up your own games as a kid and stuff, like a combo game thing. Let's do it. I like that.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good game. Gutenberg. Lots of chat.
Love me some Gutenberg. All right.
Next up, number 5.
This is your number 5. That was my number 5.
My number 5. It begins with a G too. It kind of threw me off, and that is
It's up to 10 likes.
That's right. I love it. Genotype. So right now, it's like this.
This
much more. No. You know I love Punnett squares. I have raved and ranted about
USS, the
Punnett
Starship
squares since that game came out. I was like nerding out on all the little like things with that. Gutenberg is right on its heels.
Gutenberg. I guarantee we played them both back to back, and we did this list again.
I would take that bet right now. Let's go.
Gutenberg.
I might with more plays. But right now, Genotype. I love Genotype.
It's all right.
Genotype too. This is a worker placement game, and again, ultimately, you're kind of like manipulating genes, like mad scientist stuff. Okay, but it's only with pea plants, so don't get too crazy. But you're making those and building up your little engine again to get your plants that you want, fulfill your little contracts, get your victory points. Sound familiar? Good old Euros. But it's just another one of those, probably not quite as smooth as Gutenberg.
This one's harder to teach.
It's a lot harder to teach because there's a lot more going on with it, and there's a lot of different options and different side thingies you can do to boost your victory points in different ways. There's a lot of different ways to go at it because there's certain workers and stuff that will help with certain things, or if you really streamline getting a lot of different dice, the different types of the pea plants and stuff or whatever, then you're producing more, and you know there's all these different ways that you can approach it. So I don't know. It's a little bit. It feels heavier.
Yeah, it's a little harder. It's not heavier. They're right in the same.
They're in the same ballpark for sure. It just feels like I think part of it is because the board doesn't walk you through the steps. really. It does a little bit, but it's kind of meandering a little bit, right? It's not boom, boom, boom like Gutenberg is. So anyway, I love Genotype. Love, 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 love it.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's my number 5. That's how much I love it.
It's all right.
It's good.
It's
good.
okay.
No,
it's good. It didn't make my list, but it's close to my list.
Did you just say Genotype should be punitated, Zareth? Really?
I like it.
Really?
I like it.
No. Fired. We're up to 12 likes. Ah.
Number 4.
I like how you cut me off there as soon as I was like, hey, 12 likes. He's like, Ugh. That was a little passive aggressive.
My number 4
there. Passive aggressive there.
is the hotness. If you play Euros, this is the hotness. This is the end all, be all, everyone's new number 1 game of all time. But it's the fourth best. It's the 4th best game of 2021 according to me, and that is Ark Nova.
I can't believe you ranked this so low.
It's okay. I enjoyed it. It's really, really good. It's just that there's 3 games I like better than Ark Nova.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. My ears.
It's really good. It's really good. The negative score. I ranked it 4 because I scored a -4.
Do you know what my response is to that? Play better. Oh. I'm just kidding. Mostly.
No, Ark Nova is really good.
The scoring is really, well, I'm sure you'll explain. Explain. Do tell. Why did you score a -4?
So Ark Nova is really good. I enjoy the game. There's a lot going on. This is one that's going to be kind of hard to teach. It's one of those games that if you play it more, you're going to get better and better at it. I can't get much worse. No, I did okay.
Dang.
I did okay.
Joker.
So in this game, you are building out your zoo. You're trying to get victory points. I forget what they're called, prestige, I think. And the other one is conservation points. So you're basically doing conservation stuff. You're building up your zoo, making it cool, putting cool animals in it. It has an action selection system, so you have 5 actions to choose from, and they're in slots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I take the 4th action, it's at a power 4. And a little bit with using some resource type things to bump those up.
Isn't it a plus sign?
I think it is just a plus sign.
It actually means something, I'm sure it's a plus sign.
Plus power.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when you use the power, you take that action, and it moves into the 1 slot. Everything else slides over, and they get more powerful. So if you want to keep doing the same action over and over again, it's going to continually be a very weak action. So you have to kind of mix up what you're doing. And there's one action I really want to do a lot, and I couldn't do it a lot because it was sitting in the 1 slot most of the game for me. And I bumped it up when I could with the little plus signs. But you have two scoring tracks. You have the conservation track, and you have prestige or whatever it is, how cool your zoo is track. And when they cross, that triggers the end of the game. And how far you cross is your score. So if you cross by 20 spaces, you get basically 20 spaces. There's a weird thing where you're in certain sections. And anyway, 20 spaces apart, you get 20 points. But if you, after in-game scoring, if you don't cross, then you get negative points for however many spaces you are. I didn't have a lot of in-game scoring, and I was way behind her. I was rocketing up because I was like way behind, but then I was rocketing up. But my in-game scoring didn't get me across, so the final score was like 20 to -4.
Which is so funny because these games like this, you usually annihilate me because like Raja of the Ganges, I don't think I've ever beaten you in that game.
I've never lost
ever.
Playing that game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because those.
One time I got my income all the way around,
you did,
all the way to the top.
I was like,
and it's like you can't go any higher, and I'm like I maxed out my income.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
So anyway. Anywho, so this one, it's cool because you're building out a zoo, you're getting different animals, you're putting them in pens, you're doing conservation things, you're getting alliances with other continents, to zoos on other continents to basically be able to exchange animals.
I love that.
It's got a lot of cool mechanisms.
A lot of stuff going on.
But it was slightly frustrating to me because I really wanted to focus in on one thing, and you cannot do it in this game. It just you can't do it because if you keep playing that power 1 card over and over, man, it kind of makes me terrible. Keep using that power 1 card over and over again, you're not going to do well. So you have to kind of mix it up a little bit. It's like, oh, I really want to do this one thing, but it's going to be so horrible. So I got to wait and do something else and bump it, let it move up on a little track, and oh, now I can do it.
Gotcha.
I like games where I wouldn't say it forces you to do a little bit of everything, but it kind of forces you to do a little bit of everything.
Yes.
It reminds me a little bit of hot takes of 10 years ago. That's why I like Caverna over Agricola, because Agricola you kind of have to do everything to score well, whereas Caverna you can focus in on one thing. And this one you can't do that because you'll be doing this weak action over and over and not really accomplishing much. Whereas someone who's doing that 5 power action over, doing a different 5 power action every time is probably going to do better than someone doing weaker actions over and over again. If that makes sense. That's why it's a little bit lower to me, because I like, hey, this time I'm going to do like the conservation thing. I'm going to focus in on that. You can't. You have to do a little bit of everything. You have to build up your zoo. You have to do some conservation stuff. You have to build pens. You have to do, there's the 5 different actions. You have to kind of mix and match. And I really wanted, I was trying to do the conservation, get like alliances with all the different countries and do conservations and completing cards and all this other stuff. But no, I had to build my zoo.
Oh heavens!
Build my
the whole name of the game, Ark Nova.
Is that Greek? Ark Nova? I don't know.
So
anyway, it's a great game. I love it.
Moving on to my number 4.
It's an awesome game. It's just not one of the top ones for me.
That's
for the year.
I can't believe you talk so much smack. So let's move on to my number 4.
All right.
Go ahead and push the button.
Ark Nova, that's funny.
I loved this game a lot too. I really did, for all of the reasons he said and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I just like the way the turns cycle. I like the choices. It gives me a little bit of the, what game is it now? You're building an area and then you're filling it and you got to do certain animals and stuff. And my brain,
New York Zoo?
A little bit like that. It wasn't even a zoo game though. It wasn't even a zoo game. That's what's funny. And I was like, it totally gives me that same kind of feel. And the brain just went, whoop. But it does have those kind of things. It almost, except for you're not trying to necessarily, you are a little bit trying to Tetris the pieces together, but it's kind of a loose.
There's some rules on where animals can
where
go.
They can go.
Certain animals can't be next to mountains. Other animals have to be next to
mountains. It's not so much that as I don't feel like that's the concentrating point. The point is like balancing. Okay, I have an open spot for animals, you know, because you can throw out there a whole bunch of different places and pins and stuff, but keeping that balance where you're filling them and trying to maximize, like your efforts and your energy and like being the most efficient with it is probably where the heart of that lies. And I think it's a lot of fun doing that. So I like that balance. Plus all the things that he said.
It's really solid. It's an amazing game.
It is. I love it.
I mean, I joke, but everything in my top 15 are 9s and higher. So this is an amazing game.
Crazy good games.
The 3 above it are 10s, and this one's a 9. It probably might be a 9.5, but I'm not doing the waggle dance for the 9.5, so it's a 9.
Aw, you probably get more likes.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Zularetto. I love Zularetto.
This one's was on my list previously. It plummeted from 2 to 3. It's not as good anymore. That is Merchant's Cove. So good.
You dropped this game?
Yes.
Like a hot rock?
Yes.
Yes.
The only reason I dropped it is because it was comparable to my number 2 game, but number 2 is easier to get to the table. This one's a little harder to get to the table because it requires more setup.
A lot more setup.
And there's more teaching. Because if you haven't played Merchant's Cove,
we need to play that live.
Everyone, we did play it live.
I know, we need to play more of it live.
Everyone plays a different merchant, and they're playing the game differently. So you have a main board, and the main board works a certain way. Basically, there's adventurers coming to town. They're looking to purchase goods. You're trying to sell your goods to them. And each one of you is a different type of merchant. One person's like the innkeeper. Another person's a blacksmith. Another person's a shaman. And you're making different products for them. And everyone's playing the game differently. So I might be playing a roll and write game while Rebecca's playing a kind of potion explosion marble game. And another person's playing a worker placement game. And the other person over there is playing like a area control game or something.
I just love that because you could really just take it and be like, okay, pick a mechanism.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, today you are the innkeeper because that's the mechanism. I mean, you could have a lot of fun.
So where I'm going with that is if you have new players, you basically have to teach, okay, this is how you play your character. Next person, this is how you play your character. It's like Root, it's like Vast. It's the same kind of thing where it's very asymmetrical. Sidereal Confluence. There's a lot of games like that where
Yeah.
where the players are playing differently. They're all affecting the board kind of in the same way.
Well, the same end goal,
But everyone's playing differently. So I have to teach
Yeah.
Rebecca how to play this roll and write, and I have to teach Tommy over here how to play this worker placement, and I have to learn how to play this dice drafting game. Every game is a little bit different, which is really cool and really interesting to me and really fun because you can pick, like she said, you can pick your favorite mechanism. If you like roll and writes, you play this character. If you like worker placement, boom, this one, you play this character. And like I said, everyone is playing their little game, but they're basically all producing products, and all those products are sold kind of in the same way on the main board. So everyone's playing the main. You teach the main board, and then you teach everyone how they make their products, basically. Really good, really fun game. I've played. I think we played four
times.
Four times, and I played 4 different characters. I liked all of them.
Yeah,
I haven't played the roll and write yet, so
I had fun with that.
I'll hold judgment.
I
until
enjoyed
then.
that one. I enjoyed
But
that
the
one.
4 characters I did play, I enjoyed all of them, and if you find one that's your favorite, you can just play that one. That's how Merchant Cove plays to you. You're the worker placement. You play him every time if you want, and that's how the game plays to you. And if you play with the same people and they play the same characters, then it's easier to jump back into the game, right?
Truth.
Love it. It's really cool, but like I said, it's a little bit more effort, it's more setup, more to do than the one that swapped places. So if you know my last list, you know which 2 I'm talking about.
Alrighty.
Merchant's Cove.
My number 3, I think we've had some discussion before about whether it was a 2021 game or not, because it doesn't sound like it's coming to the US, and that's Bad Company.
Oh, that one shot up your list. It wasn't even
Yes,
on your list
Because
last
I
time.
forgot about
Oh.
it. And when I realized,
Well, now
that
I gotta get this.
gotten
Now I gotta spend $100 to get this game from some small hovel in France.
small awful. Oh my word. Anyway.
Madigo, is that the name of it? Madigo?
Oh, I love. Yeah, we have several of their games.
yeah.
Okay, so this game is so much fun. I loved it. And this is a retheming. Oh, what was the name of the original? Was it called?
No, this is a space base. This is space.
Yeah, that's Space Base. That's right. I was
It's
looking.
redo of space.
It's
It's
a redo
a
of
tricked
space-
up space.
Yeah, but you have these characters and stuff, and oh my gosh, think Space Base, but with criminals, which actually that probably doesn't make it any easier to picture, but it is incredibly fun, and it's like, and I love space games, but the theme for Space Base, I feel
There
like
is not really a theme. for
no,
space
I
base.
feel like with this one, the theme with the gameplay kind of fits better.
Yeah, you're running from the cops.
Yeah, and you're trying to escape, and you're trying to get
guys to your gang.
to your gang, and you're like trying to equip them, and you're stacking on your cards, and then it's rolling the same kind of way you do Space Base, and it's so stinking fun, and the game flies, and it's just so much fun. The art's kind of derpy. I'm not a huge fan of it, but the gameplay
I like
is
the art.
insane.
I like that when you if you play,
Oh, I forgot.
if you
Yeah,
play
you can
Space Base, you have
stack 'em.
you have
That's
the
right.
you put the little thing, and then when you upgrade, you get a new one. You flip it over, and now it's the benefit you get on other people's turn. And what it does is you have a little gang member dude, and he gets taller and taller as you add
It's
more and
so
more
ridiculous.
cards to it.
That
So,
part's
so he ends
cute.
up being like this really tall guy with all this.
It's so stupid, and I love
funny.
it. But it's a great game. And yes, I was actually upset when I realized that I had left it off the list before. And so that's why it just appeared out of nowhere. It was not like we had any extra plays, because I would love to play it, but it doesn't sound like it's
We
going to
need to
make it
get
to the
this.
US.
I gotta get it.
'Cause you loved
I
it,
gotta
too.
get it now. I have to spend all this money to get it from Europe.
You
I don't even
hate-
know if it's in print in Europe. But people were asking. It's never going. From what I read, I did a lot of research. It's never going to be released in North America.
That makes me
Period.
so
Ever.
sad.
Never. There's no plans to
Why?
release it.
It's
I don't know
great.
why. It's shipping. I don't know what the reason is. But you can. I haven't checked in forever, but you could, past tense, order it directly from the publisher.
Yeah.
And have them ship it to you, and it was like $40 or $50 shipping. So you end up paying in the US dollars like $90 for a $40 game. So it's
It's just,
cost prohibitive, but if you're doing Kickstarters lately, you know the shipping is insane,
Insane anyway,
for
so-
everything.
yeah,
Everything is
that's
shipping
true,
is
too.
insane. Costs of games are going up.
cost of
Period,
everything is
because
going
of
up.
shipping. But
But-
I haven't checked to see if it's in print. But now because it's my 16. It made my 16. It's the first If you do tens and nines, it's the top of the eights.
Nice.
So it's basically a 9, 8.95. I don't know.
Yep.
So it's a good one, and I may have to go hunt it down. Maybe I can get it secondhand from someone who paid the insane shipping.
You have to bribe these poor people, but it's great because I know I love all these hard to get games. Right? I think he likes a challenge. What can I say? But it's one of those games where I would think it'd still be fun to play 2-player, but it's hilarious to play as a group.
Yeah.
Because when we played it, we only played it with a full. I think we had a full count, or close to it. And it was fun. It was stupid fun. Loved it.
It was a good game.
It was really
good.
So
catch it at a convention. I know BGG has a copy. Dice Tower has a copy. If you can't get it,
then we all have to play it at cons.
Find a friend in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, friend in Europe.
But yeah, I don't know if it's still in print, but I guess I'm gonna have to go hunt it down now. Number 3. That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
That's pretty good.
Good game.
And this surprised me because
I don't think you remember. I was mad. I was
yeah. Memories.
Number 2.
Oh, let's look it up on France, Amazon. You actually have to go to I think it's
Matago?
I think it's Matago
M-A-T-A-G-O-T.
shop. The store for Matago, I think, is the only place to get it. It's the only place I found it.
Oh wow.
I think it's Matago. Whoever published the game, go to their actual shop. They have an online shop. That's where you buy it from.
Okay, there you go.
Or if it's still in print or still available.
Yeah, let's fingers crossed.
Number 2. This is when I said did swapsies. It was my number 3 last time.
And?
No, it's my number 5 last time. It moved way up. Just because it's so it basically killed its previous version, and I love it because it's got everything that's in Raccoon Tycoon, plus it has Pressure Luck, which I love Pressure Luck because I just love it.
He does.
And that is a Lizard Wizard. So good, Lizard Wizard. This one, it's. I love it. I love it. The only reason I would play Raccoon Tycoon at this point is if someone wants to play it, or if they want to learn it, and Lizard Wizard might be too much for them.
But it's got a slightly different feel to it.
Oh,
it's
Lizard
lighter.
Raccoon Tycoon's quicker to play, easier to teach, easier to set up, easy to remember how to play. Lizard Wizard's got a little bit. It's basically everything in Raccoon Tycoon plus a couple other things added on top. Which my favorite by far is the Pressure Luck. So you can go dungeon delving. And you're basically flipping cards.
It's so much
kind
fun.
of a Pressure Luck flipping
much
cards, and you're hoping not to bust. And I just keep going and going and going, and I either make $1 bazillion or I bust.
It's just like playing zombie dice with you.
Zombie dice or Ink and Gold. It's like a little Pressure Luck game, kind of nestled into Raccoon Tycoon. They call it a stock market game, but it's really price manipulation on resources. So you're basically acquiring resources, and the prices of the resources fluctuate. So you can sell them at high and buy low, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're fulfilling contracts. You're getting superpowers. You're getting set collection. All sorts of fun stuff. So good. Love this game. It is one of my tippy top favorite games. I'll play this anytime. I'll teach this one. It's so much fun. So much fun.
I would join you in that for sure. Go ahead and press my number 2.
Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, it's Lizard Wizard also. That's hilarious.
Your Lizard Wizard's a little bigger than mine. Your little box. You must like it a little bit more.
I can't even respond. But yeah,
you were number 2 last time, so it just
is it really?
It
okay, it held strong. I absolutely love this. Just like Raccoon Tycoon, I fell absolutely head over heels in love with the art. I love that. I love the gameplay. They took what was already a really cool game with Raccoon Tycoon and then did some more fun things with it. I was like, how are they going to make this better and different? And they did, and it's wonderful. The components. I know we have a tricked up version and all.
We just have the Kickstarter. We have some metal coins and some play mats.
It's not that much more than what the regular game is, which is off the charts gorgeous production. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
And I guess I'm a sucker for the crazy overproduced games because I'm like, it's so shiny and
after
pretty.
we like Raccoon Tycoon so much, I was gonna
get that.
The cool I knew we'd love this one.
It's just fun because you've also got the whole set collection thing going. again, but it can be threefold instead of just twofold, like
Right.
Raccoon Tycoon. So now you've got like the spells and the locations and the wizards and
Right.
all this other stuff. And I just playing around with the components, that roller coaster and the market for that, it seems like it's even crazier than Raccoon Tycoon, which I loved that and really got me. Honestly, these games are ones that got me into enjoying stock market stuff because I mean Hunter loves them and I've kind of played a lot of them and I'm like, it's okay, not my thing, but these really got me to where I'm like, this is really cool. I
Well,
really enjoy manipulating. I know it's not true.
It's like resource
it's
values.
fake market.
Yeah.
It's markety goodness.
So good.
But
This game
it'll
is
get you hooked.
so good.
I might play it.
So good. We played this
economic
at, where did we play this? The Dice Tower Retreat. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
I
we
can't
were
wait
like,
because we haven't
we
got
must
our
get
we haven't
this
got our copy yet. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get it now.
Yep.
So good.
Yep, it's true.
So
it's
good.
true though.
Which-
So good.
Which means, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it,
Okay.
our number ones didn't change.
Number 1.
My number one, which was my number one last time, which was not even on her list. Oh, so good. Dinosaur World.
Oh yeah.
Dinosaur World Domination. Isn't that the new movie? Dinosaur World Domination. Isn't that the new movie that's coming out?
Dominion domination.
Dinosaur World Domination.
I don't know. They've had
Anyway.
ads for it, and I'm just kind of blanked.
Anyway,
My bad.
Dinosaur World. So Jurassic World Domination. Dinosaur World. Anyway, I don't know. Dinosaur
I
World.
didn't even notice that's
This is greatness because Dinosaur Island, one of my all-time favorite games. One of
So good.
our all-time.
Our.
In fact, we can look right here
on our collective top 100.
in our combined top 100. It's number 5. Dinosaur Island's number 5
That's insanely
combined
high
top
because we
100.
love it.
This
We
is
love it.
even better. Even better. You take everything you get to do in Dinosaur Island, and now you get to jump in a Jeep and drive around your park.
It's true. It's true. You're doing the waggle dance though. You're not doing the driving dance. We're on tile now. You should be like, vroom in your chair. Yeah, do it.
I'm kind
You kind of run into me.
Anyway,
He'll probably break a toe.
Dinosaur World is for me, not for her, because she doesn't like it as much.
I don't. Not yet.
Dinosaur
Changed my mind.
World is
Okay, you know what?
greatness.
Listen. Right behind the camera is a whole bunch of stuff that'll probably change my mind. But
Yeah,
we haven't played
we
it
haven't
yet.
played all the
We
expansions.
haven't played all the expansion
expansions
stuff.
are on our little
They're
shelf of
looking at
shame
us
behind.
and mocking us right now. And
Anyway, Dinosaur
really
World,
cool.
so good. So if you like Dinosaur Island, you're looking for a little more oomph.
it's got
This one's got basically,
it's
like I said,
Lost World. All of a sudden, you get in the Jeeps and you're going around and you get to explore a little more in depth and you get a little closer to the dinosaurs this time around.
In Dinosaur Island, you build out a park. You have like your little dinosaur pens, and you have your little concession stands, and you have your little amusement things. And it's just like there. It's just there. In Dinosaur World, you drive around and activate those different areas. So if you have
Okay, but listen. Dinosaur World has one huge flaw.
no hooligans,
No hooligans.
the hooligans all been
No
killed.
hooligans.
They're all dead. We
But they always
We have
get
better
fired.
security. They can't get in the park. They're not allowed in the Jeep.
That is
You're
such
not
a
allowed in the
disappointment.
Jeep without a ticket.
No hooligans.
Anyway, I love it. The only minus of this game, and it's the only minus,
Exactly.
is this is a beast to set up. There it
That's
is.
true. It is a
It like
commitment.
covers
A
the whole
commitment.
table. But
It is
so does
a
Dinosaur Island.
Dinosaur World. No, but it's more. It's
no,
like
Dinosaur Island, we play with everything. It covers.
that's true. It does.
We have to like get out of our chair and walk around.
Yeah, but you know what? You have to do that now as your park gets big.
No, you
Think
don't.
about it. Yes, you
No.
do. Totally do. Totally
Anyway, love Dinosaur World. So awesome.
it's good. It's good.
So awesome.
You're the hooligans. Corlew.
We kind of are.
Okay.
All right, you're number one. You just played this yesterday.
I did. Okay, my number one hasn't changed either. I am in total love with Hadrian's Wall. Yes.
You played it solo. Who plays solo
Despair,
games?
whatever.
Who plays solo games?
Yeah, okay, you guys know I don't play solo games very often. I was like, I need to play this game. I played it solo last night and I still was like, this is I
you win?
love this.
Were you cool or not?
I was cool. I was the second coolest score. I was a prefectus.
You weren't the coolest.
I was not the coolest.
You were a what?
I was a prefectus. It was the
Prefectus.
prefect. It's basically the prefect. Oh, I didn't write it in here. Yes, it's totally German. So, all your hate mail Germans, please send to Hunter. So, but yeah, it's good solo. It's good multiplayer. It's good. I love it. I just dump all of the pieces into the box lid, and you're trading and doing your thing, and I love it so much, and I love playing it. And I think
we did order this while we were playing it.
Yeah, that's how much we liked it. Which Hunter.
I hate roll and write. And this is literally the only roll and write I will play readily.
Deep roll and write. Like this is a deep.
No other roll and write will I
so
actually readily play. This one I will.
Yeah, this is a very heavy roll and write. There's
the heaviest that I know of.
2 full sheets that you're playing with. I feel like I'm like those old ladies in the bingo games that have like 6 bingo games in front of them. That's hardcore, man. They got their markers ready. They're like two-handed. That's how I feel when I'm playing Hadrian's Wall. You've got to be paying attention to both sides and building some crazy combos, because as soon as you start marking stuff off, you're getting, you're ultimately what you're trying to do is build the wall and defend the wall. It's Hadrian's Wall for a reason, because at the end of each round, he's an emperor. At the end of each round, the picks are going to attack, and you need to defend. So, and they've got 3 sections of the wall that they're going to be attacking. So you're trying to do that. So there's different parts of the board that give you options to be able to go and put defenders up in the wall, but you've got to build up several different areas to get there, and there's combinations and this and that and all this stuff, and it's just brain melty goodness.
You sound excited about this game.
That might be because it's my number 1. My number 1. I love it. Okay, a couple things though. Before I saw Nathan was talking about, oh wait, no. I'll get to that in a second. Zeris was talking about, the game is published by Aporta, is the name.
I could have swore it was Madigo, but maybe it's.
Yeah, he said it's Aporta. That's what he was.
There's a little shop. I'll have to.
Somebody said it was.
Have to look. You do your chit chat.
I bet
I can find it.
I had a couple chit chat thingies too. Yes, before we do honorable mentions, which Hunter will join us with, or he may join us from afar if the mic range is that far, which I think it is. So, Nathan, you mentioned that you wanted to get together and play some games sometime. Heck yeah! In fact, when Hunter comes back, I think there is a. For those of you that used, what was the name of the old DFW?
Dallas Games Marathon. It's not the same place.
It's not the same place, but it's something similar to Dallas Games Marathon. They're starting up a thing that's coming up this month. There's an event, and we're thinking about going to that. So maybe we can all meet up and do something there. So if you guys are interested, maybe I can have Hunter put it in the comments or something, the name of the event, because it looks really cool.
I'll be talking about it. It's on my list.
Will you? Oh, yeah. Excellent. Okay, good. So stay tuned to the end of this video. We're going to talk about that place. But that's coming up at the end of this month, and that would be really fun. And yes, we all need to play some games, because we're finally getting back to where we can play games again, and we have missed playing games very much. Couple things. I love that you guys have been putting in the chat a bunch of the games that you've been playing and whatnot. And I say whatnot specifically because I saw something called Whatnot Cabinet. I've never heard of this game, and I'm like, sounds intriguing. And then somebody mentioned something, a Christmas game called Holly Jolly. Now I'm like all excited. I'm like, I need to figure out like some of these games. I love when you guys mention these games, because I have this huge list of honorable mentions, and a lot of them are the ones that were on your top 10 that just didn't quite make it on my top 10, because there's so many good games this year, right? But it's fun, because then this is one of the ways that I like to hear about new games that just haven't crossed my radar or anything. So this is really cool. I'm really excited about that. What was on your short list? Start throwing it into the chat. Let's see. Have I played Meadow? Heck yeah, have I played Meadow? In fact, it's on here as my, where is it? It didn't quite make my top 10. I think I only ranked to like 14. So it's probably 15 or 16, I'm guessing. I loved Meadow. Love Meadow. In fact, again, you catch me in a different mood, I'll rank it higher. That was another one of the nature games. I'm loving this theme, the nature theme. They've been doing such a great variety and neat, honey buzz and all of the Oh, sorry, am I scooting over again?
Yes.
Rolly chairs, man, they're getting us. Photosynthesis and all of the like national park games mind management. That's another one I want to try.
That's a one versus all, I think.
Is it?
All right. So I don't know where it was
try
before, but I found it's on philibertnet.com. So philibertnet.com. They have it for sale. philibertnet.com and Philibert. And it is selling for hold on, I had a link here. This is Bad Company I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bad Company. It's selling for 44.95 euros. And the dollar, is crazy inflation, so it's actually cheaper. I think the dollar is actually worth less than euros now, or I don't know how it works. But anyway, so 44.95 euros, and I have no clue what shipping is. I bet it's $50.
Yeah,
so.
It's probably this cost of the game.
$100. It's $100.
I assume it's 100. Yeah.
Philibert.
It's France. So
Philibert.
there you go.
Philibert.
Thank you, expert Zachy.
is where you get Bad Company. All right, so we kind of went through our list as we went, but just to go briefly over our previous list, I had Hadrian's Wall at 10, Genotype at 9, Furnace at 8, Tabannusi at 7, Dominant Species Marines at 6, Lizard Wizard at 5, Anno 1800 at 4, Ankh at 3, Merchant's Cove at 2, and Dinosaur World at 1. That's the original. Rebecca's original was Tabannusi at 10, Ankh at 9, Dinosaur World at 8,
oh, whoops.
Canvas at 7, Anno 1800 at 6, Juicy Fruit at 5, Floriferous at 4, Genotype at 3, Lizard Wizard at 2, and Hadrian's Wall at 1. There you go.
Excellent.
Ones that just missed my list.
Yeah.
Origins at 11, Furnace at 12, Genotype at 13,
yeah.
Hadrian's Wall at 14, and Core Worlds Empires at 15.
Oh, man, there's so many good ones. Deep Sea Mission Crew, Cascadia. I think Xeris, you and I are of the same mind. The Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, I don't like quite as much as Terraforming Mars, but it's fun. Boonlake, Maglev Metro, that one was fun.
Yeah, that was my
Living Forest.
17.
It's a Wonderful Kingdom. I really loved that. The Stella Dixit was good. Dinosaur World Canvas. That was I was shocked that didn't make my 10.
Canvas dropped.
And I love that game. Ankh, Snakes, or Snake, whatever it's called, Blabble. And that's that little tiny game that no one knows about, and I love it. It's more of a niche kind of game, though, because it's kind of a language nerdy, if you've got a good ear to listen for
they
languages.
asked in chat. We haven't played Dark Tower. I do want to play it.
Yeah, I do want to play that.
We might play it at Dice Tower Con. That'd be a fun place to play
that'd be fun, yeah.
Rebecca's never played it. I played the original
I have not.
several
I want to
times,
play
many times back in the day.
Yep.
With the little spinny tower.
And Furnace, you guys mentioned Furnace. That was my 13.
It was my 12. I like it better than you.
Yeah, by this much. Trails and Summer Camp. Those are some other like naturey kind of games that were really fun. Meadow.
But what was your worst game of the year?
You know what? Oddly enough, where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Because I was like, oh, I can't say that. Origins was good.
That's your worst game of the year?
That's how good they were.
Oh my gosh. My worst game of the year was Magic Mountain.
Oh, I didn't put like crappy ones. This is my short list of all good games.
I gave it a 4. That's not bad. Just below.
I wouldn't rank that game.
Blabble.
How dare you, sir?
I turned your mic off. Blabble was pretty bad.
That's only because you suck at
it. All right, let's. We're going almost an hour and a half. Well, maybe not.
Again.
Let's do.
Oh, I love Cascadia.
You get a little bonus for sticking around. You crazy people that stuck around.
Always.
You get a little bit of this.
You earned all of this.
Where is it?
Whatever that means.
Where is it?
All right.
My number 5 game of 2021. Were you paying attention?
No.
Should have been Rebecca's number 1 of 2021.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait, we have this game already. No, just kidding. Yes, finally, at last. Gutenberg. Okay, hold up. I gotta show you these pieces. You gotta see these pieces. Hey, is that little thingy work? Oh, you don't have it set up.
No, I don't do that for playthroughs.
Is the autofocus on?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
What are you gonna show them?
The pieces.
Oh.
The typeset. They're cool.
I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think the autofocus is on.
Well, I'm gonna try just for you. Okay, here's the gears, and they're not punched, obviously, but they're actually little gears and they move. It's so cool. Okay, where's it at? Here's the board. Oh, I should show you the board. I keep telling you how functional this board is. Okay. Oh, by the way, depending on the players, different board. Love that. And then you've got, I think this is the 2-player side, and you just literally whoop, round, different thing. I mean, that's it. It's gorgeous. Love it. Very functional. And kind of pretty. A lot of brown. Hope you don't mind brown. The color brown is
old-timey.
prevalent.
What are you looking for? They're in boxes. Yeah. Doesn't want this box.
This box?
Yes.
Okay.
I know what you're looking for.
You know what I'm looking for. The little typeset thingies. They're so cool. Okay. All right. I'm going to try. First, I'll try from here.
I don't think the autofocus.
So they're that's easier on my little pale hand.
They're little.
They're little squares, and they're wood. All right. I'm going to try. If you go blind, I'm sorry.
I don't think it's
I'm sorry.
Work, but we'll see.
You said number 5, so it sucks. I love you, Zachy. Okay. Focus.
It's not gonna focus.
It's not.
It's focused back here.
Okay, you can kind of see what you can kind of get the idea.
No, they don't.
Yes, they can.
It's all blurry.
You're all blurry.
If you take your glasses off and squint,
your glasses
it might
off
be in
and
focus.
squint, and you can see it. That was an O. Okay, what letter is this?
You're done. You're done.
Oh,
You're
what?
done. You're done.
I feel like I'm the eye doctor.
If you really want to, I can autofocus it. If you make that important to you, I can manually focus it on your little bits.
Oh my goodness.
What's this little envelope? You didn't get the little envelope.
There's an envelope?
It's a promo pack, a free promo pack from Portal Games, the infamous Portal Games.
Oh yeah, that was the other comment I wanted to make about this, because I don't know if you recall Hunter's rants about Portal game rule books, and this one's not too bad, and the board helps you anyway. So
you got two new
superpower
characters in the promo pack.
Ooh,
Who do we get? We got
promo.
Johannes Operinus.
Sounds like German.
Operinus. I don't know him. Operinus. And
Yolanda
Bonholm. Yeah, I don't know.
That's like a French name.
It's all German to me. Gutenberg!
Yay!
I pre-ordered
it is from Portal Games.
Yeah, Portal Games did the U.S. print.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? He bought a Portal game.
I wonder if the.
But this is a really good.
I wonder
game.
if the.
We just hate.
I wonder if the rule book. I
typically.
wonder if it has the same rule book. If they did read it.
All in German.
In Polish.
Oh, was it Polish? I don't remember. It was amusing though to watch
Poland,
Hunter.
I think maybe.
Poland? Maybe. I always forget.
Oh, it's the same as that.
Oh, it's in English.
It's the same rule book. No change to the rule book. They just reprinted the original rule book, the Grana rule book.
Zaris is talking about some games that are showing up like as 2021 or 2020. There's a lot, especially with the COVID stuff that happened and shipping weirdness. It seems like the last few years, some of the games have done some weird fluxing on where they are.
Dean loves Juicy Fruits. You guys should hang out.
Yeah, let's go. I'll go visit.
All right,
bring Juicy Fruits.
Let's do some housekeeping and we'll get out of here. So Rebecca mentioned it's called Dubs Tea and Eats. It's a brand new apparently it's a brand new board game cafe in Plano, Texas.
Board game cafe. I love those.
Dubs Tea and Eats. They're doing what they do is every Thursday and Friday they have free gaming, open gaming, Thursday and Friday nights, except for one night a month. They do a marathon, and it's literally an overnight marathon.
Yes.
So you show up Friday, it goes all the way, all night, all through the night, all the way into Saturday afternoon. I don't know if we'll do that, but so we're gonna go check this place out June 17th. So we would definitely be there Friday night. But we don't know how late we'll stay. But
we're working on that.
We may take 2 vehicles.
I know, tag out.
And the person that can stay up late.
I am in full summer mode. I'll have you know. I stayed up.
Anyway, it's a tour. So they call it Dubs Game Marathon. It's once a month. So we're going to be there June 17th. We're going to check that out. We're also going to be at Dice Tower Con. We've said this a billion times. We'll say it one more time.
Heck
So
yeah.
Dice Tower Con is July 6th through 10th. We're actually showing up on July 4th. We'll be there all the way through the 10th. So Monday night, we'll probably go find some fireworks somewhere, maybe. And then Tuesday, we may do some family stuff.
Woo woo.
I could be talked into going to Disney, potentially.
Oh my gosh, if the children heard that, they'll come screaming out of their room. They must
Well,
be...
our roommates are like Disney experts.
That's true.
So we may do a Disney trip on Tuesday. But anyway, we'll see.
What?
We'll see. We'll see. But we'll be at Dice Tower Con. We're super excited about that.
It's going to be amazing.
And last but not least, our upcoming schedule, because our schedule is all wonkified.
Wonkified.
Next week, 1 week from tonight, variety show. 2 weeks from tonight, top 10. We're stealing this from the Dice Tower because it was such a good idea, and I think it'll promote a lot of talking. Top 10 games we've cooled on. Then the week after that, variety show. Week after that, July 5th, we're at Dice Tower. No show. The week
What?
after
We
that,
should do live stream.
July 12th, Dice Tower recap.
What up?
There you go. So no show July 5th, and the week after Dice Tower Con recap.
Yay.
So excited.
Yay.
So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, come out to Dub's Tea and Eats.
Let's go.
So it's $20 for the marathon, but you get $20 worth of food credit for that $20. So
it's basically free.
basically free. So I'm
Let's roll.
going to be there the whole time. I'm going to go start to finish.
Are you now?
Yes.
Challenge accepted. All right.
Start to finish.
Babysitting and dog sitting. Go.
Start to finish. Anyway.
Someday, we should all just do like a GoFundMe for Zachy to meet us all at Dice Tower Con.
I know. Should you fly up to Estonia and get what's his name?
Oh yes, absolutely.
What's his name? Oh my gosh, his name flew out of my head.
Right until you told me.
The guy from Estonia. He comes to the Dice Tower cruise.
He does.
Flew out of my head.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on him.
How do I not remember his name?
Anyway, because it's late and our brains are dead.
Someday,
I'm gonna say his
we're
name
going to
right
go to
after we get
Essen,
offline.
and maybe we'll see you there, Zachy.
That would be so cool. Yes, all the things. Hey, I like that, Dean. You totally do get a gold star for having the same best game as your number one. Yay! None for you. Yay!
Nathan knows. Nathan, come to Dubs. Let's play some games.
Yes. Oh, it's right in your madness?
Yeah, it's across the street, I think.
You're right, Jeff. Why? Where was this place? It's so awesome. I can't wait. Okay.
All right, we're dropping some frames, so we're going to get
Yeah,
out of here,
stupid internet.
folks.
Take care, people.
We'll see
Lovely
you 1
chatting
week
with
from
you.
tonight for our variety show.
Yes.
And bonus Shaky Cam board game collection
That's right.
viewing.
It's time for the
Shaky
tour.
Cam board game collection stuff.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.